Hello. Today I'm going to talk about requirements graphs and requirements matrices. Both these graphs and matrices you will need for the next assignment, in which we'll look at the mathematical matrix and how we use it in business with requirement graphs. What is a requirements graph? Well, basically it's a graph in sort of a tree hierarchical diagram that shows all the components that you need to create a product. Let's do an example. Let's say you're working at Burger King and there's a BK meal and you don't know what goes in it. This requirements chart will tell you that in the Burger King meal, you'll get one Whopper, one fry, and one drink. So this shows us the requirements needed, a Whopper, a fry, and a drink, to create this BK meal. Here's one that relates to the assignment that you'll be doing. In the next assignment, there's a corporation that sells nuts, jerky, and jam. And they package it in different ways. So this requirement chart tells us that they have a package called snack, a snack pack. In that snack pack, we have nuts, 2 nuts, and we have jerky, 6 jerky. So if you worked for this company and you were asked to put together some snack packs, you would know that you need 2 nuts and 6 jerky for each snack pack. Now we'll talk about a matrix. So what is a matrix? A matrix is a way to organize information in columns and rows. And you'll often hear the term dimension when describing a matrix. And the dimension is how many rows by how many columns. So if you look below, this matrix right here has 3 rows and 2 columns, so we would say it's a 3 by 2 matrix. Also, you'll hear the term element when talking about a matrix, and we would often refer to each entry as A sub I J, I telling us what row the element is, and J is what column. So if we look at our matrix, we have A sub 1, 1, because we have our first, that is in the first row, first column. A sub 1, 2, first row, second column, and so forth. Second row, first column, second row, second column, third row, first column, and third row, second column. So element A21 is in the second row and first column. Now we're going to take a look at a matrix that actually has information in it. And again, we're looking at a 3 by 2 matrix. Again, 3 rows, 2 columns. So it's a 3 by 2. Let's look at element A sub 2, 1. What is element A sub 2, 1? Well, we know that the entry is going to be in the second row, because that 2 tells us it's the second row. And it also tells us, the 1 tells us that it's going to be in the first column. Where does that intersect? At the 5. So we know that A sub 2, 1 is the element in the second row, first column, which in this case is 5. So now let's put our requirements graph and our requirements matrix together. So we want to take our requirements matrix and fill it in based on our requirements graph. So let's take a look at the requirements graph. What do we have available? Well, we have snack packs, we have nuts, and we have jerky. So those are the things we want to list at the top of our matrix for each column. So the first column is nuts, the second column is jerky, and the third column is our snack. we want to list those same items down in front of each of our rows. So the first row is nuts, the second row is jerky, and the third row is snacks. So let's start filling it in based on our requirements graph. And I'm going to start with the snack column. Okay, so, and I'm going to also start at the bottom, the third row, snack, right? So if we need a snack, how many snacks do we need? One, right? There's one snack to make up a snack. All right, how about nuts, right? So we have our nuts column. How many nuts do we need in a snack? And again, we refer to our requirements graph, we need 2. So we're going to put 2 in the first row under that snack column. And then we can look at our requirements graph for jerky. We need 6, so we're going to do our second row is jerky, and under the snack column, we want to put a 6. So we've just filled out the third column, and we can tell that to make a snack, we need 2 nuts, 6 jerky, and that will make a snack is 1 snack. Now let's take a look at jerky, which is the second column. If we need jerky, in order to make jerky, how many nuts do we need? None, so we put in a 0. If we are going to need jerky, how many jerky? Well, that's 1, kind of the identity, right? So if we need a jerky, we need 1 jerky. How about a snack pack? If we need jerky, how many snack pack do we need? None, so we put in a 0. Same kind of thing with nuts, right? If we need nuts, what do we need to make nuts? We need nuts, so that's a 1. If we need nuts, how much jerky do we need for the nuts? None, so that's the 0. And again, if we just want nuts, how many snack packs? We don't need a snack pack, we only need nuts. And so let's take a look at some of the elements. Let's look at element A sub 1, 2, and you'll see, so this is the first row, second column. First row, right, second column is a 0. So this 0 right here tells us that jerky, in order to make jerky, you need 0 nuts. What about the next one is A sub 2, 3. So second row, third column. Second row, third column. We already kind of talked about that one, but that tells us to make the snack, you need 6 jerky. One other thing to notice, if you haven't already, is that this middle diagonal row is all 1s, right? So we list nuts, jerky, and snack in the same order as our column, nuts, jerky, and snack. And so for nuts, you have 1 nut. For jerky, you have 1 jerky. For snack, you have 1 snack. So that's an important part of the matrix, this requirement matrix, that I would like you to notice. All right, let's take a look at another packaging they have. Now let's look at another packaging that they do, and that's called a gift pack. Now the gift pack requires 2 snacks and 3 jams. So just like we did with the snack pack, we're going to put gift pack at the top, and that's going to branch down to 2 snacks and 3 jams. But we happen to know what's included in a snack, right? So 1 snack is going to be 2 nuts and 6 jerkies. So then 2 snacks would be double that. So instead of 2 nuts, we'll have 4 nuts. And instead of 6 jerkies, we'll have double that. 6 times 2 is 12. So we can take our requirements chart and drill down further to say 4 nuts and 12 jerky. Well, that's the information you're going to need to start the assignment. And so good luck, and ask me any questions you have along the way. I'll be checking in with you as you're working on it. Okay, take care.